Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the brand new Sisley Phyto-Ombres single eyeshadows. I am really excited to share these with you. Sisley was kind enough to send me 10 out of the 20 new shades that they have available. So what we're going to be doing is some swatches of these 10 shades. I'll be sharing with you some thoughts, and then we'll be going into a demo for this eye look. So let me give you some details of these eyeshadows first before we get into the swatches. First, these shadows are basically reformulated. So Sisley has had single Phyto-Ombres eyeshadows as part of their line before, but they've reformulated them and they have come out with them in new packaging. So this is basically what they look like. They come in a box like this, and each shadow is housed in a black plastic, glossy black plastic case here with the name on the back, and the stickers on the back are color coded, so they're actually easy to spot. So you can see all the different colors we have there. And inside each compact there is a mirror, the shadow, and a sponge tip applicator. So Sisley sent over a card with their lovely package of these shadows, and I want to just mention some of the highlights of these shadows. These shadows are packed with ultra pure pigment. They feature the brand's highest ever proportion of light reflecting mother of pearl. The shadows blend seamlessly with the skin as a gelled sugar and film forming polymer work to create a smooth, melting, and creamy texture. The formula of these shadows is a half powder, half cream, and there's natural mica and silica spheres in the formula, and they form a smooth, even, and imperceptible film. There's 2 natural oils in here, camellia seed and rosehip, and they deliver softness and comfort without drying out the eyelid. And then there's plant-derived active ingredients, which is what Sisley is known for, which includes green tea extract, white lily extract, and camellia seed oil, which gives softness to the glow shades, and I will talk about the different types of shades they have here, to the glow shades, and are delicate for the eyelids. There's 4 different families of shades as part of this line. I'm just going to hold up this card, it'll probably make more sense. So there's the nudes, the smoky, the artsy, and the glows. And so they've sent me a really nice selection of different shades from all 4 families. And in my demo, I'm going to be using shades from all of these different families as well. And before we get into the swatches, I just want to mention that these are available now. I will link to it down below in my description box. They're available at all of your regular Sisley counters at like Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Saks, Barney's, etc., and they are $54 each. Let's go ahead and get into the swatches. What I'm going to do is go by family, and I will let you know what family we're talking about. I'll give you some interesting tidbits about the different families here, and I'll also, of course, mention the shade name and the shade number for you. So let's go ahead and start with the nudes. These natural shades are perfect for a no makeup effect. They can be worn alone for fresh, luminous makeup as a base to even out the eyelid, or as an illuminating touch. So first we have number 10, Silky Cream, and here it is swatched on my arm. Next we have number 12, Silky Rose. And then we have number 14, Sparkling Topaze. Next we have the Smoky family, and these 6 muted eyeshadows packed with pigments for smoky looks and intense eyes during the day or night are mainly used as a solid color, eyeliner, or soft halo. First we have number 21, Matte Cocoa. Next we have number 24, Silky Steel. And then next we have number 25, Metallic Khaki. Next we have the Artsy family, and these colorful, trendy shades look striking and can be used for a color block effect, either on their own, paired together, or combined with the other shades for an extra bold look. First we have number 31, Metallic Pink, and then we have number 33, Metallic Jean. And then last but not least, we have the glows. These metallic shades play with the light and give eyes a captivating touch. They are ideal as a luxurious single color, final touch on the inner corner of the eye, or top coat to catch the light. First we have number 40, Glow Pearl, and then next we have number 42, Glow Silver. So just some quick thoughts and review on these shadows. The first thing I want to mention is the formula of these shadows. And let me find one that's will probably be the easiest to see. Here is Silky Cream. And you could probably see in there that it is like that baked kind of formula. And while I love a baked formula, much like in highlighters or face products like blushes, what you get is a really lovely kind of sheer ethereal application of baked products. But I do think there's a challenge in working with them. And I have heard from a lot of people, especially with face products, that they find them hard to pick up or that they don't get the pigmentation that they think that they should be getting, you know, when they look at the color in the pan. And I can't emphasize this enough, but I think the tools that you use in relation to products with this formula is so important. So if you're going to use a brush, I would definitely recommend natural hair, goat or sable hair. I feel like those hairs pick up hard to pick up products the best. I find squirrel hair, personally, I find squirrel hair to be a little bit on the softer side, and while natural hairs have a natural grip to them, the squirrel hairs are so soft that sometimes they just kind of glide across products like this. So my recommendation would be for goat hair or for sable hair. Now, if you're going to use synthetic brushes, I would just say use a synthetic brush that's just not so soft. You know how there's some synthetic brushes that feel really, really slick. They just really glide right over your skin. That kind of brush is going to pick up absolutely no product whatsoever. So just try and find a synthetic brush that has like a little bit of texture to it. And then last but not least, if you're someone that doesn't mind using fingers or you actually prefer using fingers, then I think these shadows will work very, very well for you. So you can definitely use your finger and you can pick up quite a bit of product that way. I happen to like using brushes. I feel like whenever I use my finger, I just end up getting it everywhere, or I get it where I don't mean to get it. So I prefer using brushes, and so I've relied on my undyed goat hair brushes. Now, in terms of the shades that they sent me, I do want to point out that they're all shimmery. They all have a little bit of metallic sheen, shimmeriness going on, except for the matte cocoa, which is number 21. And I was looking at the card that they sent me, and it looks like there are only a few matte colors in here. So there's two that are part of the nudes, matte nude and matte taupe, which I don't have. And then there's two that's part of the smoky family, matte cocoa, which is one that they sent me, and then matte grape, which looks like a matte, kind of like plummy mauve color. And let me just show you the matte cocoa. I just want to show you that while it's definitely more matte than the others, there aren't any like micro glitters in there, or they're not meant really to be very metallic. They're kind of more of a demi matte. They're not very flat. They actually have like a very nice sheen to them. And I think that is, you can see that right there. I think that's just part of the formula because there are so many wonderful skincare ingredients in there, like the camellia seed oil and the rose hip extract. So I just wanted you to be aware of that, because I know sometimes when you see matte in the name, you're expecting something really, really flat in the finish, but these definitely have a little bit of something going on in there. So I'm going to be doing a demo of this eye look for you in just a bit, but I want to mention that I have had the chance to use these and play with these shadows quite a bit. They were sent to me more than a week ago at this point. And the shades are very buildable so that you can get a pretty intense color payoff. But I personally like to work these shadows in kind of a lighter way because they have such a beautiful formula to them. Again, it's that baked formula. So when you put like a light wash of it, it's very, very even. You know, sometimes I feel like if I use a shadow in a light way, it looks patchy and you almost have to build it up to make it look a little bit even. These, you don't have to do that. They just do a wash so, so beautifully. The edges are almost like automatically blown out. They apply wonderfully and they blend together really beautifully as well. So I have the metallic jean on like the inner portion to like the center of my lid. And then from the center of my lid out, I have the metallic khaki down. And they just blended really beautifully together. And I feel like they just, you know, it just kind of all flows together really, really beautifully. And I really enjoyed using this metallic jean color. This is a color that I really just didn't think that I would be into, that I would like. I don't normally wear a lot of blue eyeshadow. I've been trying to more lately. But this was the one color that I was not initially attracted to. And of course I thought to myself, well, then I have to use it. So for someone who's not really into bold colors, this is great because you can kind of customize how intense you want it. And so I just put it down as like a light wash, but you can build it up. You can just kind of keep adding layers and making it as intense as you want, as shimmery as you want. And I really, really love this formula. But again, I cannot emphasize how important the tool that you use will be. I think that will really determine the success of these shadows for you. So unfortunately, I never used any of the previous Sisley eyeshadows. I believe they came in a more rectangular case and it had like a window on the front. You can kind of see what shade was inside. So I know the packaging is quite different. These are much more compact and sleek versus those, but I can't comment on the formula. I can't compare the two, so I apologize. I don't know what the previous formula was like, but I don't think they were like baked like this. I think they were more of a typical pressed powder. Please correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comment section, or if you've used the previous one and maybe you've picked up a couple of these new ones, maybe share with the group your observations with the, you know, the differences between the old and the new. That would be really, really great. But that is it. I think those are all of my thoughts that I wanted to share with you. So let's go ahead and jump into the demo. Okay, I'm going to start by applying number 10 Silky Cream just lightly all over my lid, just to kind of prime my lids for the rest of the shadows that are to come. I'm going to use my Shikuda brush 823. And I'm going to brush this slightly all over. Next, I'm going to take my Esom S33 brush. I'm going to go into the shade number 25, Metallic Khaki. And I'm going to add this to the outer corners of my lids and blend it towards the center. Next, I'm going to take my Tom Ford 13 brush, and this is one of his original brushes with undyed goat hair, and I'm going to go into number 33, Metallic Jean, and I just want a light dusting of this all over my lid, so I'm not going to pick up too much, just a little bit, and just sweep that over my lid towards the center and the inner corner here. And then I'm going to grab my Esom T05 brush and I'm going to go into number 21 Matte Cocoa and use it as liner. And lastly, I'm going to take number 40, which is Glow Pearl, and I've got my Sonia G Pencil 1 brush, and I'm going to add this to the inner corners, drag it down to my lower lash line, a little bit onto my upper lid. And last but not least, I'm just taking a clean blender brush. This is the Esom G34 brush. It's pretty fluffy, and I'm just going to drag that over the top here just to make sure everything is blended out. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up my makeup and I'll be right back. Here is my final look. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching and spending some time with me. If you have any questions whatsoever about these eyeshadows, please leave them down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.